In part 1 of this 4-part video series, I showed how Fairmart Travels operated a secret scamming call centre to the rear of their normal premises. Fairmart Travels use pop-up scams to generate calls and revenue. They will require remote access to a victim's computer, but in my case, I was able to reverse this access and get visibility of their computers. And very unusually, I could see that this operation had CCTV. I could see how their scams worked. And in this video, you're going to see how they went about scamming thousands of people in the USA, UK and Australia. Everyone in this room is a scammer. There are 28 seats, and the area in the corner is for the operations managers. These operations managers facilitate the scams and they will monitor every PC in this room. And here is that view. The supervisors will see every PC which is switched on in the office. Some of the scammers will waste their time on the likes of websites like 9gag, while others will be looking at the inbound calls and yet more registering customer information on a database that they call TechnoSpine. And this screen shows them preparing documentation for their victims. They will also keep an eye on the inbound calls. And here's their view of those calls. The ones coloured green are agents engaged in calls, red away from their desks, and yellow sitting waiting on calls. They will also keep in touch with their senior management team via Skype. Here's the supervisor speaking with Amit Chauhan. He's the managing director of Fairmart Travels and the sister company Adrit Technologies, but there'll be much more about him in the next video. But the most important job of the supervisors was to take the payment information and put them into spreadsheets. They had different payment gateways and processes depending on whether the payment was a cheque or by card. And they would use various company names. Here's a WhatsApp message sent to the supervisor telling them that they would change their name from Shankar Consulting to RAM PC Support. This happened literally overnight, and I suspect the reason is that Shankar Consulting became known as a scam operation. A Google search of Shankar Consulting shows that the business looks to be associated with scams. So looking at the checks written by their victims, you can see the name changing regularly. There was Charge 1, Shankar Consulting and RAM PC Support all in the space of just 1 year. But only a small proportion of their payments came from checks. The vast majority were through a payment gateway, and here you can see one of the supervisors summarising last night's takings. He's sending a WhatsApp message to Sahil Garg, who's the Chief Financial Officer. In a single day, they make over $14,000 using their Chinese gateway PES, Arabesque, eChecks, PayPal, GPC and wire transfer. And those figures were fairly typical. Here's the month of March last year, and it shows that they made nearly $400,000 in that month. Fairmart Travels are making $3 million a year in scams. But most of that $3 million doesn't go to the people working on the floor. Here on the right is Amit Sindhu. He is the operations manager for Adrit Technologies, and he's writing up the bonuses that each agent's entitled to. They will receive an incentive, a bonus payment for just how much money they make, and this will be a fixed value of rupees. This will be added to their fixed salary, and at the end of the week and month they will receive their bonus. But they will only typically make about $300 or $400 for every $10,000 to $20,000 in sales. And of course, you wouldn't expect these sort of payments to appear on any books. So here in the corner is the operations manager counting out some of the cash that he's going to give to some of the scammers on the floor. It's vitally important that none of this sort of activity shows up on the company accounts, so they will always use cash. And indeed, there seems to be generally trust issues anyway with the scammers and the operations management. At the start of every 12-hour shift, every agent must leave their mobile device in a side office. This prevents anyone doing any recording. This is fairly typical for scam operations. They wouldn't want to be blackmailed by anyone who had footage of some of these scams in action. Fortunately for us, Fairmart have decided to use CCTV so we can just see those scams in action anyway. Only at the end of the shift are they allowed to reclaim their mobile devices. But it can be quite boring whenever you're a scammer and you have to run a very set script. Here on the bottom left is a scammer who calls himself Nelson. Even when he's talking to one of his victims, he gets so bored he actually sits and plays Pac-Man. Listen to this for a bit of multitasking.
And can I make sure, is it like a laptop or a regular desktop computer?
It's a laptop, Microsoft.
Laptop, right, Microsoft. And which window are you running on it? Is it like Windows 10 or like the previous version?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Windows 10.
10, right. So anyway, you don't have to worry, right? See, sometimes what happens whenever we browse anything over the internet, okay? By any chance, if you might have clicked on any kind of bad link or some kind of unknown or unsecure site,
he will continue his Pac-Man game until the time that his victim runs the remote access software. Only at this point will he give up gaming and try and persuade the victim that she's got a virus. You can see the picture of the fake virus message very clearly on the victim's screen.
1 minute here. So how old is this computer? Do you know?
I buy for her from 7.
Alright. So as far as I can see, I'm not pretty sure on which website it was exactly. I need to go ahead and check that out for you, okay? Please be with me.
Oh, okay.
But all of these scammers needed GoToAssist. That's the software that they use to remotely access their victims' PCs, and I was able to observe exactly how they get their hands on the software. The agents would ask the supervisor for a username and password for GoToAssist. They would create these on a daily basis. They would simply create brand new disposable email addresses and use those to sign up for a trial version of GoToAssist. This makes it far too easy for scammers just like Fairmart to abuse the GoToAssist software. If there were a better process for restricting the use of this trial version, I'm certain sure the software wouldn't be abused as much as it is. If anyone from GoToAssist watches these videos, please take note of how the software is regularly abused by scammers. Please do something about this. And Fairmart were involved in more than one type of scam. You've seen the pop-up scams already, but here, courtesy of this guy's WhatsApp, you can see that they were doing outbound calls as well. They seemed to target the people who had already fallen for scams.
Dear user, your IP address has been blocked due to suspicious activities on your network. Your personal information may get stolen, so please do not log into your email and banking. To report this issue, please contact Windows Support at 1-855-482-2885 or press 1 to speak to our agent.
And they would also pretend to be Amazon and send a lot of fake emails out. Although I don't have the original email, this is an actual voice recording of Luke, who we saw earlier, trying to persuade a victim that he really is Amazon.
Thank you for calling Amazon. This is Luke. Can I help you?
Yeah, I was just getting a email said I ordered a TV, but I did not.
Alright, sir. Just give a moment. Let me check. And when did you receive this email?
Today at 3:48.
May I have the email address?
Let's see, my email address is j@yahoo.com.
Very sneakily, what Lalit does here is enter the password reset routine for Amazon. He types the victim's email address, then asks him for the one-time PIN.
I'm going to send you a one-time verification code, okay? On your email, just to verify that I'm talking to the right customer, okay?
Okay.
So please check your email and give me the code, sir.
All right.
If anyone ever asks you to read out a one-time PIN, it's almost certainly going to be a scam. Always be on the lookout for this. If you're a patron of mine, you can see the whole audio of this scam happening from beginning to end. But this type of scam is all about getting a gift card from the victim. They will describe it as a security card, but scammers prefer gift card numbers these days because the money can cleanly be laundered and it's very difficult, if not impossible, to get that money back. And because these are 12-hour shifts, depending on how many pop-ups or which type of emails they've sent out, it can get very busy and people will regularly walk around offering tea and coffee. But of course, with the CCTV there, I can't resist the opportunity to phone up Fairmart Travels and challenge some of the scammers on the floor. I'm going to be speaking to this person. He gives his name as Travis Dean, but his real name is Susan.
Thank you for calling support this side, Travis. How can I help you?
Hi, yeah, I've got like a computer lock warning message in front of me, and there's like a beeping sound that says to ring this number.
Like what exactly you were doing on the computer, sir, when this happened?
So I was trying to watch a movie, and it's just
Okay.
stopped, and it's kind of beeping away at me here.
No problem, sir. I will check that for you. Can you please confirm me your first and last name?
Yeah, it's Dilbert Goggenspine.
Okay, and the computer that you have, is it a laptop or it's a desktop?
Yes, he's playing Pac-Man as he's talking to me.
Okay. So just do one thing, sir. I will just check what exactly wrong is going on. Look onto your keyboard.
But instead of following his instructions, I decide to ask him who exactly they are. I could find a website here. What website am I looking for?
If you talk about my company's website, it's iTech, ITECH hyphen security. That's our website.
So I can find it on my phone here.
Yeah, just please find it, sir. Just take your time and find it.
Right, so I've got like a website here, iTech Security Technical Support, and there's a USA, UK, Australian number.
It's yes, sir. And on the very bottom, sir, you will find my headquarters as well in UK.
Right, so you're in the UK, yeah?
Plymouth address.
You're in the UK.
No, right now we are located in California.
Right, so what time is it at California? Hello?
What kind of question is that, sir?
I don't believe you're in California. I think you have to look it up.
Sir, I'm not here to answer these kinds of questions, sir. That what is the time in California?
Well, you don't know it because you're not there, are you?
Sir, how can you tell that we are not in California, sir?
Because
Our
you'd be able to
headquarters
answer
are
it.
based in San Jose, California.
You'd be able to answer it straight away. Instead, you're like...
It's 6 o'clock in California, sir.
So you had to look it up. And even
so
then
why will I look it up, sir? We are not allowed to. I'm just wearing my watch.
I was severely tempted to stop playing Pac-Man, but I pushed him some more on his location. If you're in San Jose, what's the central road in San Jose called?
I'm not here to answer these questions, sir.
Okay, that tells me everything I need to know. If you really lived there, you would name one restaurant anywhere at all in San Jose.
Let me tell you one thing, sir.
Just name me one street.
I'm an Indian.
One street.
And my headquarters.
I beg
your pardon?
Are you in San Jose or not?
Definitely, sir.
Okay. Can you name me one restaurant in San Jose? Without looking at Google.
Why should I tell you these questions, sir?
Because you'd be able to answer it straight away without Googling it.
No, I'm not Googling it, sir. And I'm not even telling you.
Okay, so name me a restaurant in San Jose.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to tell you.
I know you don't, because you can't find
one on Google. I'm not here to answer these questions. I have many. I can find on Google as well.
I know, and that's probably
what you're doing. But I don't want
to
do that. Because I'm not here to answer these questions. I'm not here to answer these questions.
Well, I bet you're looking at Google right now.
I'm not doing that, sir.
Okay, so name me, I don't know what the railway station is called in San Jose.
I don't know that as well. I said, sir, I don't live in San Jose. I'm an Indian. My headquarters are based in San Jose, so I do my job over here.
So where do you live?
I'm an Indian. I said I live in India, but in San Jose we are having our headquarters, so I travel across the world.
So sorry, you are in India then?
No, I'm not in it. Right now, I'm in San Jose.
Right, so why don't you know anything about San Jose?
Because I love my job, I respect my job. I don't come here to make fun, and I don't come here to travel. I come here to do my job.
So you must live outside the office somewhere.
Yeah, it's the Trimble Road
Trimble
in San
Road.
Jose.
Trimble Road is where your headquarters are. I'm asking even to name the street that you live in.
Sir, if I am living in Trimble Road, definitely my headquarters is there as well, sir.
So you live
181 West Trimble Road.
so you live beside where you work. The same street.
Sir, are you insane? What question you are asking me, sir? If you are having an office over there, definitely you will be there in the office. Why will you live at your home?
So I'm just asking because I've just looked at where Trimble Road is in San Jose.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it in Street View? Because I'm looking at it, and it's all offices. There's no residential places there. Have a look yourself.
Yeah.
You plainly don't
That
live
does
there.
not mean that if that does not mean that I do not live over here. We are having a team of almost like 150 to 200 people. We all live in office only, sir.
You live in the office. You sleep in the office, do you?
Yeah.
Really? You have beds in the office?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you actually sleep there as well, and you don't go out, and you've never heard of any streets in San Jose.
No, let me tell you one thing. Offices in your street might be small, sir, but in our street, the offices are very big.
I know, I'm looking at it in Street View, and they're all business offices. I just can't believe that you actually sleep in your office as well. And presumably, when you landed
Why
in
didn't you
San
do
Jose,
one thing, sir?
Uh-huh.
No. Why don't you do one thing, sir? Okay?
Yeah.
Book your ticket to California and come tomorrow to California.
I've been there.
Book your ticket and come tomorrow to California. Why you're looking on the Google, sir?
I'm not looking on Google. I've been to San Jose already. I have friends in San Jose. Well, I have to book my ticket to Delhi and visit you there.
Why will you book the ticket to Delhi?
Because that's where you are, I'm sure.
No, you're wrong. I'm not in Delhi.
Well, why has everybody around you that I can hear got an Indian accent?
There is no. Who said that everyone over here has an Indian accent?
I can hear all the voices around you. There must be people next to you, and they're all speaking with an Indian accent. Why? Why would that be?
What they're saying, sir? No. What they're saying? Can you hear them?
Oh yes,
Can
I
you
can.
tell them what do you hear them?
Yeah, and they keep saying what you said to
What
me.
they're saying?
Things like press the Windows key with the letter
No,
R,
they're
R
not
for
saying that,
Romeo.
sir.
Well, I just heard that a minute ago.
No. They're not saying.
Well, they all have
Near
Indian
me, there is no one
accents,
sitting. Only one person.
and they're all
No.
following.
Near me, no one is sitting. Only one person is sitting.
Yeah, but they're all following the old tech support script, scam script. They're all saying press Windows R. Yeah. I think you know this, don't you? Are you still there? I mean, it can't be a difficult thing to work this out, you know. I just can't understand why you're not honest.
I don't want to answer these questions, sir. You have wasted much of my time. Thank you so much.
I haven't really, Travis. I haven't really. I just want to know why you're scamming people. Oh, you cut me off. Yep.
And in part 3 of this video series, we follow the money and find out who all the key players are. We can trace all of the scam payments back to this man's PayPal account. We'll find out who he is and how he sets up his business. And things have moved on since I initially created this video. Now the police have become involved and they've arrested the person at the top here. The company goes by several aliases and they're on screen, and if you think you or a relative has been affected by their scam, please contact the police on the email address shown here and in the description. My aim with these videos is to publicise exactly how these scams work and perhaps find the people who are responsible. If you enjoy my work and can support me, I've left a link here to Patreon, and I'm also on Twitter at JimBrowning11, and once again, thanks for all of your support.